Hi,
Hey everyone.
welcome to our first February virtual write-in. Yay! We're really excited to have you here. It's a little, this is going to sound lame for us to say so, but because we're in California, so we're a little wimpy, but we're so cold here.
Yeah, we're definitely once when it comes to the cold.
We've got like our scarves, our blanket, our multiple blankets.
We have blankets, both of us.
I made coffee to prepare for the hour being really cold. It's also cold up here in our office. So.
Yeah, the heater is only in the main room. So.
Yeah. So tell us where you guys are from. We love to hear it. So we're in Berkeley, California.
Yep.
Where it's still sunny outside and we're kind of just being wimps, I think.
We're definitely, my partner's from Massachusetts and I was getting on to me that like you don't know what cold is. Kind of true.
Yeah. Yep. So let us know where you are. We have a pretty fun hour planned of writing. So if you've never been to a virtual write-in, we're going to have 3 prompts. We'll take the time to write to the prompts. We'll share a little bit. Basically, it's an hour. It's your chance to take a break from your normal day and focus on writing and hanging out with other writers. So we're really excited to hang out with you all today. Okay. London.
Ooh, Australia.
Oh my gosh, Michigan, the ice from the storm last night is fine. Oh. Yeah, that's rough. That's super rough. Oh my gosh.
What?
It's negative 26 degrees Celsius in Edmonton.
Oh.
LOL. Nope, we don't feel bad for you. We deserve that.
We
do. I know. Okay, so it is February, which means it's officially like our now what time. Like I wrote a novel, now what? So maybe you wrote a whole novel in November, finished December, and now you want to figure out how to revise it. That's great. Maybe you're like me and you're working on a novel and I'll probably be working on the first draft for another year or so. Yeah, if I'm lucky. I'm still kind of in the beginning of that. Catherine, where are you?
I am, yeah, I wrote 50,000 words in November, which was like the first half of the novel basically. And I've written 10,000 new words since then. So
nice.
Yeah, I actually, after our last virtual write-in, I was doing really great and then I kind of fell off the bandwagon this past week. So it's good. I'm glad we're doing this. But yeah, I am also still in the first draft writing stage.
Okay. So we're not going to make this whole virtual write-in about revising because clearly we're all at different parts. So we have one prompt that's about revising, but we have other prompts that are just about writing, getting back in that writing habit, figuring out what your writing habit even is, because it can be hard to jump back on the boat when you're like really far behind the boat.
I'm just picturing like swimming behind, like wait up. Yeah. But my this is the second sort of novel length work that I've sort of ever worked on, and the first one took me like 9 years to complete a first draft. So
yeah. I think that's so normal. I was at a writer talk and R.O. Kwon, who wrote The Incendiaries, and it took her 10 years to write it.
Yeah.
Which, when you think about it, it's a very, very long time.
Yeah.
It's not, not everyone takes 10 years.
Yeah. And it wasn't like, 10 years ago every day. So for me, it would mostly be like, oh, okay, I'm really excited about this. I'm going to work on it for a couple of months and not touch it again for 5 years.
Yeah. Whew, okay.
Yeah.
So, for our first prompt, just talking about kind of that writing life, we thought we could spend 5 minutes, and the description of the prompt I'm about to say is written below the video, so in the description you can read it.
And we'll pop it in the chat as well.
We'll pop it in the chat. So that writing life, spend 5 minutes reflecting on your writing habit this past month. Have you been writing? Where? When? What's helped or made it hard for you? So this is not a time to feel guilty. It's just a time to think, have you been writing as much as you want? When has writing worked for you? What's been getting in your way? Or if nothing's been getting in your way, what's helped you? So just kind of 5 minutes. Can you guys hear that?
That crow out there wants to participate.
That was the loudest crowd I've heard in a long time. Just like, this is Edgar Allan Poe over here right now. Okay. So 5 minutes.
Oh, here. Are you going to start, Jen? I got one.
Okay. I won't start. Okay. And people are dropping in the chat kind of things that they're working on. things they're working on. Some people are editing a story. Some people are drowning in words. Some people are handwriting still, middle of a novel. Someone wrote 100,000 words in November. Amazing. Trying to edit and publish before July. Great. So we're kind of in different places. Cool. All right. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say time to share.
Oh, 5 minutes.
Great.
Reflect on what's worked. How have you been doing? No judgment. Go. Start it. Oh, and if you don't like that prompt, just spend 5 minutes writing anything. Yeah.
Great. Time's up. Finish your last thought or sentence. And yeah, let us know in the chat what, I don't know, if you discovered anything as you were writing down kind of what your writing habits have been in the past month. Let us know what some of the things that have been helping you are, or if you've been having some roadblocks, or what's kind of there. And then, how'd you do?
So I've
What'd
been
you find out?
writing. I've been writing in the morning every day, and I'm not doing as well as I was doing during Nano. During Nano, if I didn't get a full hour, I was doing 1,000 words. That was my goal. If I didn't get those, I made sure to kind of later today to get them. And now it's like, if I don't really write for an hour, oh well, like it's okay. I just keep going. So I'm definitely not working as much as I was during NaNoWriMo, but I'm still writing basically. Cool. It's so bad though. I'm feeling so bad about my novel. Like I keep reading other novels and just thinking like, my inner editor is raging. Like I keep thinking, wow, you should really stop because this is truly awful. So that's what I'm confronting.
Right.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I looked up, so I made a personal goal tracker on the NaNoWriMo website. My goal was to write 30,000 new words by the end of February. And my kind of, I don't know, personal writing goal was to write at least 5 days a week. And I was doing pretty well. I fell behind, but then would catch up on some days. But I haven't written anything in over a week now. So
Oh no.
I think I just got sick and my wrist started to hurt a little bit, so I didn't want to do a lot of typing. So yeah, I don't know. Last week has been kind of rough, but maybe this will be the jump start you need to get back on it. I think I can still make my goal. So.
Nice. That was a good plug for the NaNoWriMo. You have a goal tracker.
Goal tracker, yeah. They're super helpful to me. So if you go to the NaNoWriMo site, at the top menu you pick My NaNoWriMo, and then you go to the goal trackers. You can make your own goal tracker, which will give you a graph like you get in November, but you can make it for however long you want, for how many words you want. So I found that super helpful. Yeah,
cool. You can kind of do that on the Young Writers Program website if you're 17 or under writing. You can set a new project. So you can make it like chapter 2 of my old project. But, so the tool's not as great as that, but you can still do it. Yeah. Also, Zara Wright says she has Blobby Jr. biting her. Is that the Blobby Jr. you got the last virtual write-in?
Yes. Wait, you should take a picture of that and put it on Twitter or something.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I want to see that.
So we found out at the last virtual write-in that Blobby, the company that made him, he's been discontinued. So you can't buy this Blobby anymore.
Last of his kind.
Which I know he's going extinct. But you can buy a mini version of him, like baby Blobby. So we looked into that. And then our office spent some time looking at all of the
squishables.
All of the squishables. Because we were like, maybe we should get Blobby a friend. But we couldn't really agree on what we would give him. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So how are other people doing? So Zara, who has the Blobby, is writing in general, not writing as much as I can. Yeah, that's fun.
I think some people also use that writing time not to use the prompt, which is really fine. Catherine Webster said it revised 3/4 of my page, so that's pretty good in 5 minutes, I think.
Nice, totally. Sinclair Snow's been working on and off with some fanfic. I feel like the vibe, outside of November, is kind of on and off.
Yeah.
During
definitely.
November, you're every day I'm on.
Yeah.
Or you'd like to be. And then I feel the same way, which I guess is good. It's about making a sustainable writing habit.
Yeah.
Not having to run a sprint every day, but kind of just jogging. Cool. When somebody's mentioned Camp NaNoWriMo, so Camp NaNoWriMo is an event like NaNoWriMo. It happens in April and July. You can set your own word count goal or a time goal or track pages. It's kind of like the cool younger sister, or cool.
I like that. No, I like that. Cool younger sister of NaNoWriMo.
Yeah.
Like I'm just picturing like punk hair.
Yeah, oh, totally.
Yeah.
Like she's like, I'll do what I want, you know, like whatever,
cool
Nano.
glasses, like a leather jacket. Sinclair Snow says, I found that working on multiple projects at a time seems to help my train of thought the best. If I'm stuck on one project, I switch to the other. That's a really good observation.
I've been doing that too. So
Yeah.
I like started working on short stories when I got really stuck on my novel.
Mm.
Then I was finding, and maybe other people have different experiences, but I was finding it hard to go back to the novel.
Mm.
I kind of got out of the world and I went back and looked at it and I was like, what is even happening?
Yeah.
But I did get some like kind of new insight from stepping away and stepping back.
Cool.
Cool.
I think I'm the opposite. I have difficulties working on multiple things at the same time. Which is funny because I'll read like 5 books at the same time. But brains are weird.
Yeah. Do you write at the same time every day?
More or less. I am definitely a night owl, so it's a lot easier for me to write evenings. Yeah, I think we were going to talk a little bit about our writing habits.
Or writing ritual?
Our writing ritual.
Yeah. We could do that, or we could do that the next one. We could do it now.
This is this one, right? Yeah.
Yeah. can change on the fly. So I had a question. I'm always interested in people's writing rituals. So the thing that you do every single time you write, which the same way, like I'm not an athlete, but I've heard stories about athletes and they do this where you like, you do the same, like you wear the same socks before important matches, or you do the same cheer or something like that. And I think that can help with writing too, to get yourself into a creative space and have a ritual that you do every time. So one of my rituals, and they could be small, like one of mine, honestly, I have this lamp that sits next to me because I write in the morning. So I turn on the lamp and then I have a candle and I light the candle and I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna write. And that's one of my writing rituals. I like it.
That's great. No, I don't think I have like a writing ritual per se, but the one thing I found that I do tend to do every time is that I go on Tumblr and I like scroll through my dashboard and like through all the new stuff on my dashboard. Which is that okay, it's time to write now. So I don't know. It's one of those things that I'm like, it's for me it's a little bit like more creative than Facebook, but still kind of like okay, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna do this thing that's pretty mindless, and then once I get that out of the way, I can do this thing that requires a lot of thinking.
Mm-hmm. So I've heard of some authors who will listen to the same. A friend that I have said that she listens to the same 5 Dolly Parton songs at the beginning of the work when she wrote, like every time the same 5 Dolly Parton songs to get her into the headspace that she wanted to be in. So I tried that for a little bit with a certain song, and then it kind of lost its touch. So I might find a new song to do that. And Daniel Jose Older, who wrote Pep Talk for us, also said something like that. Like you sit down, he steps back and listens to a song for like one song cycle, just to, because sometimes it's very important, I think, to transition from normal life to this weird creative space. And if the song helps you do that, that's a nice step. Oh my gosh, Zara just tweeted a picture of Bobby Jr. to NaNoWriMo.
Oh man, so Sarah.
Okay. Shall we move on to another writing prompt?
Yeah. So I'm sorry, I just like lost the chat here. Oh, actually, we do have a question. If we want to answer that now. Catherine Webster asked, "How do I write some thoughts in the first person?" Which, yeah, if you guys have writing questions, feel free to drop them in.
I have an idea.
Yeah, let's hear your idea first.
Okay, so I have several ideas. I know, that's funny. So a lot of people, like the book that I just read, had one main character telling the story using first person. And then he also had another 2 characters that he would sometimes tell their stories.
Mm-hmm.
And to do that, the author would just start a new chapter, with the name of the character telling the story, and would kind of drop into that person's perspective for a little bit. So that's a very common way to do it. Like
Yeah.
a lot of places do that, kind of the multiple perspectives.
Mhm.
And sometimes they're equally weighted, and sometimes one is the main story and the other ones are kind of smaller. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it, I like this a lot actually, is when a character will like meet another character and they're talking, and then they're like, and then the wise old sailor woman like told me the story, and we sat back and listened, and then the whole thing that comes next is kind of a story being told by someone other character in the book.
That's true. Yeah.
And you're like the main character is just the listener. I don't know why I like that. I think it's because it reminds me of like fairy tales or something.
I don't know. That is definitely a thing that you can try and a lot of people like, but that is the reason that I could not get through The Name of the Wind, was because there were so many layers of people telling stories and telling stories.
Yeah, that's like Frankenstein. People used to do this all the time. Like, have you read the novel Frankenstein?
A long time.
It's like a brother is writing letters to his sister, and then the brother runs into like the scientist, and the scientist tells the story, and then then he, like it's just like they used to just frame everything, and so like all these different frame stories. But I guess another question would be like, why is it important to write the subplot in the first person? And if it's not, I think it's usually better. I heard this advice from an agent actually on our site, one of our blog posts.
Okay.
She said multiple perspective stories rarely work. So unless you really have to do it, like just pick one. But that's for revision, because in a first draft, you just kind of tell, the best advice I got was tell the story the easiest way you can. And if that's the easiest way, do that. And then later you can worry.
Yeah. I know some of my favorite books are multiple person. Diana Jones did that in one of her series, and it's so good.
Did you read Divergent?
I think I read the first book. I definitely saw the movie.
So the first book is told one perspective, the hero's perspective, but apparently, oh no, this is a spoiler. Is it? I don't know. Anyway, but I like the fourth book. They're adding like multiple perspectives.
That's cool.
But I was like, no, why did you do that? Like, it doesn't.
Interesting. That also happened in the last book of the David Levitin's Everyday series, which the main character like body hops too, so it's still told from the main character's perspective, but like in different lives. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, my advice, I guess the best advice is to find an author who does it well and just kind of figure out how they do it.
Yeah. And I think also your question about like why is this necessary? And really asking yourself that. And making that sort of the focus.
Okay, cool. So we have 2 more writing prompts. Each of these are 10 minutes. We'll do the first one first. That makes sense. And this is to try to get back into the habit of writing. So if you don't like the prompt, you can write any prompt. You can work on your novel. You can work on a story. You can, write anything you feel like. But if you're having trouble getting back into writing, here's 10 minutes of like a writing warm up. And sometimes it's fun to switch gears and try something new for 10 minutes. You might discover something really interesting. Okay. So the prompt, which will drop into the chat and is also in the description below it, write a scene that begins with the following sentence. I, or he, she, they, wondered what could have made the room smell like this. So again, write a story, a scene, drop it into your novel, or write anything for 10 minutes. But here's the prompt. It starts with, I wonder what could have made the room smell like this.
Cool. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it. 10 minutes.
Ready, set,
go. writing or wrap up whatever thought you have for that. If you want, you can drop in the chat, either tell us how many words you wrote during that sprint, or let us know if you used the prompt. Maybe share a sentence. You can also share a sentence if you didn't use the prompt. But I would love to hear how people use that prompt in different ways. So, yeah. How'd that go for you?
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't really fit with the novel that I'm working on, so I kind of recommend a short story that I started a bunch of times and just keep getting stuck in the middle because I can't have a tone, I guess. I don't really know. So I kind of tried to riff on it a little bit. That was kind of funny.
Oh yeah, or let us know what the room smells like.
I know. I said the gentle wash of pine, the cut of lavender and honey.
Oh, nice.
It was like tea, but also like air freshener. Because my first instinct was to say fart, and I was like, don't say fart, say something else.
One of the other ones we've been thinking about was, I woke up with my left arm hurting. And
Yeah,
that was strange because, and my first instinct was because I didn't have a left arm.
Okay, so you want to know something weird?
What?
I did that prompt with a group of middle school girls. I said that, and so did like 2 others. So for some reason, all of our heads go to like everyone was like, it was funny because I cut it off yesterday. That so happened.
Yeah.
So did you write that?
No, I didn't use the prompt. I just went back to where I'd stopped writing about a week ago and kind of just picked up the scene, which usually I like to go back and reread the things I've written, but with the word spread, I'm like, I don't have time. And I think that actually helped me. So I was like, I don't have to worry if this is totally contradicting. I said something earlier, I'll fix it later.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's see. Captain revised on the page.
That's wrote 461 words. Alexia got 253.
Nice. Jeanette enjoyed editing with the company. Yeah, kind of no matter what you do while you're watching the virtual write-in, it is just nice to feel like you're hanging out with a big group of writing friends while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Stephen Whalen wrote 310 words. Hannah says, "Oh dear, I've spotted my grammar errors. Don't look at them. It's okay.
It's okay. We don't see them.
Just keep going. Yeah, it's totally fine."
Somebody else wrote about lavender too.
And smoke. Lavender and smoke sounds lovely. I don't know why lavender is in my head.
I have this lavender honey tea that I've been drinking. It's really good.
One thing that I like about that prompt actually was we're very good at describing what things look like. And we're pretty good about putting sounds in. But smell is such a powerful detail to add to a story.
Yeah.
That we don't always, you don't always think about adding unless it really stands out to you. So it was kind of fun to like really imagine how things smell. But it's, it's a powerful sensation.
Kit Kat says I made my text white so I don't edit while I'm writing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I invert. Let's see if I can show you. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll like invert my screen. And I have to stand up.
Oh yeah, that's true. You're covered in this blanket.
Shuffle. So I like invert my whole screen so the text is yellow and the background is black. And I only do that when I'm writing like stories. So it helps me. It's a ritual. It's another ritual.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool. Very cool.
Because you have some pretty elaborate rituals.
I guess so. No, I mean you're probably right. That's definitely one of them. It's kind of fun though. I don't have rituals and a lot of other rituals in my life.
Yeah, I don't have very many either. Sometimes I feel like I should have more rituals in my life, but then I don't know if I should be. So. I don't know. We'll see.
Tea is nice. That's my ritual at work because I just drink a lot of tea. It's a fun thing. Like, oh, wait, I got a new tea. And once I mess really nice teas during NaNoWriMo and stuff. Okay. Someone asked a question that actually kind of connected to what we were saying, which is that, and this was Brian Can says, to silence the inner editor, I've been writing without rereading. It's good for momentum, but should I pause and work on structure during the first draft? Keep going with the scene. there are different opinions on this, and it really depends on what works for you. So when I was working on my first novels, that was kind of my practice novel. I went back a lot. Like I kept rewriting and fixing scenes, and it took me so long to finish. And by the time I finally got to the end, I was like, oh crap. Because now I finally understand my story, and I'm gonna have to go back to the beginning and rewrite everything anyway. So why did I spend all that time trying to make it perfect? And so this time I was trying to go all the way through and never go back. And I was doing well until that time I said I got really stuck. And then I was like, okay, I'm stuck because I've written myself into a place I don't want to be. So I have to go back now and kind of reset to go in this new direction. So in my case, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back and start from here. But I didn't go back to the beginning. I just went back to the point that I was like, this is the point where I lost the trail.
Yeah.
So I would say keep going if it's working for you for sure.
Yeah, I think that's good advice. I think, yeah, if you get to a point where you can't continue, then it would be helpful to go back and rewrite scenes. But if you're at a place and you're just like, oh, I don't know, maybe I'm not as interested in writing this scene or something, then you can go off in a new direction. And I would encourage you to err on the side of kind of keep pushing through, because I think our general, as writers, our general thing is like, oh, it should be perfect, and you just go and fix it. So I think just being aware of that. But yeah, fixing things when it will help set you up in the long run.
Because really, like, you get to the end, and that's when you finally understand. Like, I remember getting to the end of my novel and thinking, oh, now I finally understand the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Now I get to go back and rewrite everything again.
Yeah.
And that's normal. It's totally normal.
Yeah. Yeah. Also keeping in mind that you're, if you're writing a first draft, it's gonna change.
Yeah. And that's,
It's just inevitable.
I was complaining to my housemate who's a writer, and I was like, I just keep writing and being so discouraged because I'm thinking, no one's going to see these anyway because I'm going to have to change them. And she was like, that's why I love first drafts. You can write whatever crazy, like, terrible things you want. And no, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No one's going to have to read them. So that's, I started thinking, yeah, that is nice.
I actually really like how Brian paraphrased it. So it sounds like there's a lot of going back anyway, so might as well push forward while the pushing is good.
Yeah, push
Yes.
forward while the pushing is
I like
good.
that.
I like that too.
I feel like I need somebody to write that in calligraphy for me.
Also, Zara writes, our Twitter, our social media community manager, Sarah, shared the photo of baby Blobby. You shared it on Twitter, and she shared it with us.
Yeah.
And I love how you said, Blobby Jr., who bites me during writing, here he is, happy watching his dad on TV. And I had a moment where I thought, who's his dad? And then I was like, oh my God. So sweet. So anyway, Blobby's looking at a picture of his little baby Blobby right now. So sweet. You want to see, you can pop onto Twitter. Yeah. Okay. That's loud. Huh?
Ooh.
I love it. We have one more prompt, and we were trying to honor people who wanted to do a little bit more revising, because you might be revising. So if you're not revising, just work on whatever you feel like. Keep writing, write the prompt you just wrote, work on something that speaks to you. If you're revising and you need a direction, here's one. Prompt 3. Find a scene in your novel where your character mostly reacts to things. Try writing that scene again, but have your character make the first move. Or you phrase it in a different way. Or write a new scene where your character starts the action. So a lot of times when stories stall, it can be, well, sometimes it can be because the main character is just kind of sitting back and just reacting to things or not really making decisions. It can sometimes, and sometimes that works, but sometimes it's fun to have that character do something that starts the action, whether it's, like shouting or making a mistake or just something that they do that causes things to happen. And if that doesn't work, don't worry about it. Just write something else.
Yeah.
We got 10 minutes.
All right, 10 minutes starts now. 2.5 minutes. Yeah, so let us know in the chat how many words you wrote, if you used the prompt, maybe what the theme was that you wrote, and how you shifted it. Or if you want to share a sentence from something that you wrote, drop it in, let us know. Man, I got really caught up in that one. And
That's great.
yeah, I didn't quite get to the prompt, but it's a really good thing to keep in mind for where I am in the story right now. So just kind of doing the setup for it.
I have a really passive character. She's not passive, but like, I don't know. I'm trying to do something that's too hard. And she does a lot of observing. So because she's not very verbal.
Okay.
And when you have a character who's not very verbal, like I can't figure out how to get that. Make her such a big presence. I don't know. I used to tell the story from a different point of view, and then I switched to hers because I was like, at least if I'm in her head, she's more active, right? Because she's thinking about it. Yeah. Anyways,
you can have her like trip some.
Yeah, sometimes she headbutts people. I realized she was doing.
Sometimes she headbutts people.
Yeah, I realized she kept hiding and like being like shy. And
Mm.
I've told you before about my frustration for characters who are,
Yeah.
who are passive and shy.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, come on, do something. I don't know. Okay. Other
Oh
positions?
man, I love this from Hannah Crenshaw. It says, I just read stuff I'd written before. My writing style was different than I expected. It's like looking at a painting I'd remembered being blue and seeing green and red.
Oh my
instead.
god, that's so true.
Such a good way to put that.
Well,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
I feel sometimes it's good for me when I go back and read my own writing. I'm like, that doesn't sound anything like I thought it would, but it's better than I thought it was. And sometimes you go back and read it and you're like, oh man, what was I thinking?
Zara Writes wrote 724 words today. Who said Vexcapades didn't do the prompt, but wrote the next chapter in their work in progress and did 232 words. A couple of people have asked about the sounds. I'm not quite sure what to do. I moved the mic closer, so we'll just. I mean, it's a little late now. We've only got 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
So we'll just take a look at our setup and see if something was off and try to fix it for the next time.
Yeah.
Speaking of the next time, we're definitely going to be doing more virtual write-ins in this off season, if somebody put it, because we're trying to just make sure that there's a writing community going on all year, not just during NaNoWriMo, because we write all year too.
Yep.
So you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can click the little Viking shield, and that'll subscribe you to our channel. And you'll get updates about when we're doing virtual write-ins or other things. We've got some cool stuff coming up. We've got a couple more virtual write-ins this month. I think.
Yeah, I think we have a webcast. I don't think the date is set yet, but we'll be having a webcast later this month with Ethan Spark, who's a publisher, so kind of discussing some publishing options if you're interested in that. We're partnering with the Book Doctors right now for a contest called Pitchapalooza. Actually, let me drop that link in there real quick. But basically, you can pitch a 250 word or submit a 250 word pitch of your novel, and they'll pick, I think, 20 or 30 random pitches to go over and review on a live webcast. And then of those, they'll choose one who will get an introduction to an agent or editor. So it's a really cool contest. It's going on throughout February. The deadline to submit is February 28th.
If you're
Here's the link for that. Yeah.
if you're a young writer, so 17 or under, or if you're 18 and in high school, that's fine too. We're doing a contest just at NaNoWriMo where if you submit an excerpt of your novel up to 400 words, we're going to be looking through them and picking a couple that we love and sharing them on our website and on our blog, so it's a chance to get some of your novel out there in the world. So I'll drop that in as well. This one's not for if you're older than 18, I'm sorry, it's not for you. But if you know a young writer or if you are a young writer, it's a cool opportunity. We'd love to hear a little bit about your novel.
Yeah.
Cool. What else? Oh, and then someone talked about the preview. The new preview.NaNoWriMo. So we've got NaNoWriMo.org, which is the site you're used to. But we also have a new one coming up, and so you can access it at preview.NaNoWriMo.org and just check out some of the new stuff. It's still a beta site, which I didn't know what that meant when I first heard the word. It means it's like a work in progress, pretty much. So we're continuing to add to it, and there might be some bugs that you notice, but we're working out all of those little kinks now. So you can check that out too, preview.NaNoWriMo. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're really excited to have a new updated website in the works. So yeah, hopefully should make things easier and more fun to keep writing all year round.
Cool, this was fun. I agree with what all of you are saying. I'm trying not to say you guys all the time because it's gender, but it's so stuck in my head that like
Yeah. So I moved to Alabama when I was 12.
oh you lucky yeah
No, well, and everybody uses y'all down south, right?
yeah
But I was so, like 12 isn't that age, but I was so bad. My parents were moving to this tiny little town in Alabama, and so it was like I refused to pick up the accent. I refused to pick up any of the verbal tics, but now I use the word y'all all the time because it actually is a great like multiple person.
yeah Because they'll say you people, and that sounds aggressive. You
It
know, like,
does.
you people.
Yeah, it sounds really
I mean it like that.
accusatory.
I meant like everyone.
So
All
yeah,
of them.
y'all, I've integrated it into my speech patterns now, and it's there.
Okay, well, thank y'all. That's how you say it.
Oh, yeah, okay, we'll work on that.
Okay. Thank you all for coming and check.
That's even worse.
I know. Check out our schedule for our next session.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah.